Hello, 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 and welcome to today's episode of Her Version, a podcast dedicated to sharing stories of struggle to triumph, a platform that allows individuals to tell their truth in order to inspire and uplift others. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria. If you are new to this podcast, make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share. Let's jump right in. All right. Thank you for joining us here today for this episode of Her Version. I have an amazing guest speaker with us, Tina Kadish. Tina is a speaker, trainer, and author at Life is Ideal. She has amazing insight to share with us regarding handling our fears, finding our freedom, and embracing our challenges. She has been through her own struggles of divorce and single motherhood and is here today to shed light on how to discover our own passion, live in our purpose, and create our own prosperity. Welcome, Tina.
Thank you so much, Sabrina, for having me here today.
No problem. Thanks for taking some time. I appreciate all the ladies who are willing to come on and share a little tidbit about who they are and where they come from and what they're doing now. So I appreciate you taking some time out of your day. How's your week been?
It's been busy, but good. We've had some storms, but overall we lucked out.
That's good. We were having some storms down here in Florida also.
I know, I heard. I'm in Connecticut. And we've had some bad weather.
Yes, for sure. Well, listen, I am so excited to get into all of the goodies that you have to share with us and all of the amazing content as far as who you are and what you're doing now. What I love to do, though, is I love to kind of just scoot back a couple of years and just kind of get to know who you were, who you are, you know, your past, your childhood. Do you mind sharing a little bit about yourself, early childhood, teenage years?
Oh, absolutely. So my early years brings back a lot of unhappiness, to be honest with you. I didn't feel good about myself. I was an introvert, when you would not know it today. And I had an inferiority complex and didn't feel pretty, didn't feel that people liked me. I was always wanting to be liked by others.
Mm-hmm.
So I was bullied in second grade. And
Second grade?
Second grade. And that was traumatic back then because I was afraid to walk home because I always was afraid of this kid. His name was Tommy. Still remember his name. So that was a traumatic time. So I grew up not feeling good about myself over the years.
Yeah, I can actually relate to some of that.
Okay.
How were you as far as your teenage years? You know, as you started getting a little older, did that introvertness kind of go away?
It went away a little. To be honest with you, it really didn't change until I got married young. I got married at 19. So my 20s were being a mom of two kids.
Wow.
I got married young.
Wow, that is young.
Yes.
So speaking of, you know, becoming a young adult, married, two kids, how old were you by the time you had your second one?
29.
29. Oh, wow. Okay. Is that all you have? You have two children?
Yep. I have a daughter and a son.
Very nice. Very nice. So what were some of the struggles you went through with your young adulthood?
Well, being a mom at a young age, and I was working full-time. I never was a stay-at-home mom. So I was always working. And I was an admin assistant. And just kept going year after year, taking care of my kids, work. Never really believed in dreaming. Just was a secretary. And I never really thought that you could dream and create a great life.
Got it. That totally, I can relate to, and I think a lot of people can actually relate to that. And it's not ridiculous. It literally just sounds like you're in an auditorium speaking on a huge stage with like 4,000 people.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's my vision.
You could literally just use the audio and and cut out everything else and just,
Okay, good.
All right. So we were talking about you being a young mom.
Yep.
And we were talking about your two children, and we were kind of starting to talk about your struggles.
Your struggles as a young adult. Was really living day after day as a mom and doing it all. I did have family support. However, it was just exhausting.
Yeah.
Although gratifying, because I had two beautiful children, a son and a daughter.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
So did you wind up staying, how long did you wind up staying married or married for?
20 years.
Okay.
And then I initiated divorce. I really just decided to go our separate ways. So my daughter was 15, my son was 10.
What brought you to that point? What happened?
Of doing it all and not getting the help that I needed to get. And financial struggles, that it was always me contributing to the household, being the breadwinner a lot of the times.
Yeah.
And I was just exhausted and going to college. I also went to college when my kids were little. So I was going to school full time, working with 2 kids in school, household chores, and a husband that just went to work and then did nothing else when he came home.
Got it.
That was a big struggle.
A lot of times they think that's all they have to do.
Yeah. Just work and, I'm a dad and I'm a husband and I bring home money, but
yep.
But it doesn't stop when you get home.
They got to level up. We're making them level up.
Yes.
100%. 100%. So you initiated the divorce.
I did.
And the two, you still had two little ones.
I did.
So as you got older, life is happening, life's rolling around. What is one of the lowest points you endured?
So the lowest points that I endured, well, I went through the divorce, then was found myself a single mom with the two kids and working as well. And I did finish my college degree. I got my college degree when I was 36 years old.
Wow.
And so did that. It took me 6 years. And so then I started dating and met my second husband, who I'm still married today, after it's now 20 years that we're married as well.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So what was the turning point in your life that led you to self-development? How did all that happen?
So what led me to that is really when I got laid off, because I was working as a trainer and I was always been in training and development and got laid off. And for the first time found myself, what do I do with the rest of my life? And it was scary because I had just been promoted and then got rejected to be laid off. I was laid off. And so I was like, what do I do now? So I started networking and I started meeting people, and I came across a tool that I now coach my clients on how to find your passion. Because what I learned in my research, that too many women and men probably, but I focus a lot with women, that they're struggling to find their passion. They're not loving what they do. They're just going from job to job, but they're not loving what they do. And they're just unhappy. They're frustrated, unfulfilled, burnt out. But they don't have that clarity, that focus, that direction that they need. And so I learned that. And I said, you know what? I really want to share my story about how you feel when you're laid off, the struggles that you have. And how can I share that message?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when was that? So when was that? When did that happen?
That was in 2012 is when I started Life is Ideal.
Nice.
From this tool. Yep.
Very cool.
Yes.
Do we get to hear what this tool is?
Yes, it's called the Passion Test. And I'm a certified Passion Test facilitator.
Really?
Yeah, and this tool helps you identify your top 5 most important things that you want to focus on in your life. And I
Is
was
this
fascinated by it.
so? Is this like our life, or is this career, or what is this?
It
What?
could be any life. It doesn't have to be career. It could be any life in general, because too many of us are not living the life that we should live. Okay. And so today I focus a lot on career, but this tool is really for life in general.
Absolutely. That's and so many people need that.
They do. And that's what I learned in my research is
Yeah.
that too many women are unhappy. Actually, there's over 85% of working individuals are not happy with what they're doing.
What? Wait, what's the percentage?
Over 85%.
Really?
Yes.
So over 85% of the population who's working is
Are
not happy with with where they're at.
Yeah, they're disengaged too. Think about it. You're in a corporate career and you might not even like what you're doing, but yet you stay out of fear.
Yeah, well, you have to pay your bills.
You do. You do have to pay your bills.
Yeah.
And so I really started my business with this one tool, but the business wasn't sustainable with this one tool. So what did I do? I went back to a job as a recruiter. And I started recruiting for over 10 years, working my business part-time and working full-time. And then in 2018, I finally left because I really want to be a full-time entrepreneur, sharing the message to others that you can be an entrepreneur. You can get out of the corporate world. It's not easy. And there's fears, which was me for many years, until in 2018, I took a leap of faith. And I said, now is the time.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that I did that.
Yeah, absolutely.